Hi friends, Miss Cavallero here. We're going to read Johnny Appleseed. And while we're reading it, we're going to think about our story elements that we learned last week. All about our setting and characters. And I wonder if Johnny has a wish or a problem. All right, let's see. So Johnny Appleseed was written by Patricia DeMoth and illustrated by Michael Montgomery. So here he is leaning against the tree with his little doggy. We don't have any names yet, but we know he's definitely going to be one of the characters. Who was Johnny Appleseed? Was he just in stories? No, Johnny was a real person. His name was John Chapman. He planted apple trees, lots and lots of them. So people called him Johnny Appleseed. So I'm already seeing a main character. So I'm going to take my notebook, and you guys can take your notebook too. If you need to get it, just hit pause and then go get your notebook and a pen or pencil and then come back. So I'm going to write the title of my book in my notebook first. So our title of our book is Johnny Appleseed. And then I'm going to take notes on our story elements. So I found a character, so I'm going to draw my stick figure. And remember, we're just going to make it nice and simple. That way we can keep reading and we don't get distracted with all of our beautiful artistic work. So our character was Johnny Appleseed. So when we're writing our characters' names, if they give us a last name, we're going to want to write it in our notebook, because there might be more than one Johnny and we won't know who we're talking about. So we need to make sure we have the last name if it tells us that in the book. Okay, so let's get back to the story. So far we don't have any setting. It didn't tell us where we are yet. So let's see. Johnny was young when our country was young, back when many people were moving west. So we live on the East Coast. So moving west means you're moving towards California. So people were moving out that way, so there was more land for them. There were no towns, no schools, not even many houses. And there were no apple trees, none at all. Okay, so while we're reading the story, we're seeing a problem, right? How are there no apple trees? So I'm going to write that in my notebook as a problem, because we need apples. So you guys should be writing what I'm writing. And if you need to hit pause, then you go ahead and hit pause and then hit play again when you're done taking your notes. Johnny was going west too. He wanted to plant apple trees. He wanted to make the West a nicer place to live. So Johnny got a big, big bag. He filled it up with apple seeds. Wonder what he's gonna do. So he's trying to solve that problem that we said that there's no apple trees. So we're gonna make that as an action. So one of the things that he's doing to solve this problem is that he has a big bag of apple seeds. So this would be a good spot to make a prediction. So what do you think he's going to do with those apple seeds? Then he set out. So if you see any story elements that I didn't see, go ahead and write them down in your notebook and you can share them with me on the next day you're in school. Johnny walked for days and weeks on and on. Soon his clothes were rags, his feet were bare. And what kind of hat did he wear? A cooking pot. That way he didn't have to carry it. See, a little doggy's still in the picture and a butterfly. So look, he's wearing a cooking pot. So it looks like he was walking, maybe he's going west, seems like. Snow came. Did Johnny stop? No. He made snowshoes. Then he walked some more. He seems like a good problem solver. Spring came. Johnny was out west now. Oh, I'm seeing a setting. So if this is a paper book or like something that we printed for you, you would underline this and then you draw a house for your place. But since we can't write in our beautiful book, we're going to write it down in our notes. So over in your notes, you're going to draw a house. And then you're going, because that's a place, and then you're going to write went west. He stopped by a river. He dug a hole. Inside, he put an apple seed. Then he covered it with dirt. That's a good idea, planting some apple seeds. So we have another setting here too. We have a river. So we're going to put that in our notes too. Okay, so let's keep reading and see what happened. Someday, an apple tree would stand here. Johnny set out again. He had lots more seeds to plant. So we were right, he planted those apple seeds. Johnny walked by himself, but he was not alone. So let's look at everything that's around him. He's got some birds here. He's got a bunny. It looks like a little fox maybe. The animals were his friends. So let's put that in our notes. So we're going to draw, remember, our super simple animals. So we've got our body, we've got our head, and we've got our tail. We're going to write animals. Were Johnny's friends. Okay, so let's keep reading. Most people were afraid of wild animals. They had guns to shoot them, but not Johnny. One day, a big black bear saw Johnny go by. It did not hurt Johnny. Maybe the bear knew Johnny was a friend. Okay, so we have a new character. So we have a bear. Okay, so let's keep reading. The Indians were Johnny's friends too. So we call Indians like Native Americans. So they were people who were native to our country. So they were born here first before the Europeans came over. So they're a new character. They showed him how to find good food, berries, plants, and roots. So see, when you're kind to others, then they want to be kind to you. So we're going to put over here a new character. So our new characters are stick figure because it's a person. And we're going to write Native Americans. Okay. Let's keep reading and see what else we can learn about Johnny. Where did Johnny sleep? Under the stars. Johnny liked to lay on his back and look up. Some of us might be able to say me too, because you also like to lay on your back and look up at the stars. But I'm pretty sure you guys don't sleep outside. The wind blew softly. Owls hooted. The stars winked down at him. So actually, this would be a good spot for a setting, because we know that it seems like throughout the whole book, he's outside a lot. So we're going to make that a setting. Many years passed. Johnny planted apple trees everywhere. People started to call him Johnny Appleseed. You can see he's kind of getting older. His hair is getting a little bit longer. One day, he came back to where he had planted the first seed. It was a big tree now. A girl was swinging in it. So that's pretty cool. He made it back to where he planted his first tree. And now we have a new character because we have a little girl. That night, Johnny stayed with the girl's family. He told stories. Everybody liked Johnny. Stay with us, they said. Make a home here. But Johnny did not stay. I have work to do, he said. I'm happy. The whole world is my home. So we not only had the girl, but it was also a little girl and her family. So Johnny had a good sense of community because he felt like the whole world was his home. More and more people came out west. Johnny planted more and more trees. In the spring, the trees bloomed with white flowers. Oh, it's pretty. So we have a new setting. We have a season, which is spring. So we're gonna do a snowflake, and we're gonna write spring. I know it doesn't snow in spring, but a snowflake is like our setting for season. Oh, we got another season. In the fall, there were apples, red, round, and ripe. So we're gonna add fall to this. People made apple pies and apple butter for their bread. And apple cider to drink. And children had apple trees to climb. So thanks to Johnny, they had all this really great stuff. It was all thanks to Johnny Appleseed. Okay, so here's our notes for Johnny Appleseed, and this is how we can use our story elements to help us have a nice, neat little spot to keep all of our most important notes. Okay, so we'll be learning about Johnny Appleseed all week this week. There's a lot of other fun videos to watch on this PowerPoint, so you can go ahead and click on any other videos you would like. Just ask that you watch this video first, and then you can watch the other ones. So have a great day.